Hello students, we'll discuss experiment number 1, that is verification of KVL and KCL for the DC circuits. Let us go through the aim of this experiment to verify the Kirchhoff's current law and Kirchhoff's voltage law for a given circuit. Right. Now, apparatus required for this circuit are RPS is required, 2 RPSs are required, resistances are required. Some values of resistances are this: 330 volts, 220 ohm, 1 kilo ohm. Some 6 resistances are required. Ammeter is required of 0 to 30 milliamps is 1, and one more 0 to 1 amperes milliamperes, that is of 2 quantities. Voltmeter is required, 0 to 30 volt moving coil, that is 2 required, and wires are required as per the circuit connection. Right. Now you can observe the statement of the you can also see the statement of the KCL, that is in any closed electric circuit, the algebraic sum of the current meeting at the junction is equal to 0. This is a statement of the KCL. Right. That is in any closed circuit, the algebraic sum of the currents meeting at the junction is 0. And in KVL, in any closed circuit path mesh, the algebraic sum of the EMFs and the products of current and resistance is equal to 0. This is about the statements of KCL and KVL. Right. Now next we can go through the circuit diagram for KCL first. So in this KCL, as we require a regulated power supply, one regulated power supply, and 3 ammeters, and these resistances are required. Now here regulated power supply is connected in series with 330 ohm resistance, and this 330 ohm is connected in series with ammeter A1, which is of 0 to 1 milliamperes, and A2, that is 0 to 30 milliamperes, and A3, that is 0 to 1 milliamperes, and one more resistance is there, it is connected, and 1 kilo ohm resistance. And this is how you can make a connection of the circuit. So this is connected, these are connected in series, and this is also connected in series, and all the branches are connected in parallel. So this is the required circuit for a KCL. Right. As voltage is there, as in the KCL, we need to measure the currents, so therefore 3 ammeters are used here. So therefore you can use 3 ammeters to measure the current at this node, right, which will give you the actually KCL. According to the KCL statement, here we want to measure the current this at the node of the circuit, so there is no need to measure the current, hence we require 3 ammeters for this case. Now this is circuit diagram for what? KCL. Now next we go to circuit diagram for KVL. So that is RPS, 2 RPSs are required, and E1 and E2, and in series with this 1 RPS, 330 ohm is connected. After that it is connected 220 volts, and then it is connected to this RPS, and again it is closed path connected. Right. Now across these resistance we need a voltmeter of 0 to 30 volts moving coil, and one more voltmeter is 0 to 30 volts moving coil. So why voltmeter is required? Because in KVL we need to measure the voltage drop across the resistances. Right. So this is a circuit diagram connection for what? The KVL. So E1 and E2, and this resistances and voltmeters. Right. Now next, as I told you the circuit diagram, next is a procedure for KCL we require. Both procedure we'll see here. So make the connections as per circuit diagram, and what we have to do is first is set the particular value in RPS. So in KCL, RPS is there, to put some values in RPS, and note down the corresponding ammeter reading. Just we have to start up give the voltage and note down the reading, and you have to repeat the same for all the different voltages. For example, if you are first given 5 volts here, note down the ammeter reading, and second different voltage means 10 volt you will give, and note down the ammeter reading. Now therefore, after doing all this, theoretically first calculate the circuit values. All the theoretically first you have to calculate circuit values, then you have to verify theoretical and practical values. This is nothing but our procedure for what? KCL. Now we next go to the procedure for KVL. The connections are made as per circuit diagram. So set a particular value in RPS. So say you have to set the particular value in RPS, that is what for 3 volts, some volts you have to set, and next note down all the voltage readings. There is no voltmeters are connected, so you have to note down the voltage reading. Repeat the same for different voltages. For example, if you take 3 to you have to note down the voltage reading. If you take 10 phi, you have to note down the different voltage reading. Now verify theoretical and practical values. So we need to verify theoretical and practical values. So this is the procedure for KVL and KCL. Now if you go to the tabulation part, this is the tabulation part. So in the tabulation part, you can see this is serial number 1 to up to 5 readings are there, and 1 RPS there is, therefore means 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 voltage you can give. So when you give the voltage, you will observe the different currents. So I1, I2 and I3 you will get. Now theoretically first you have to evaluate the values theoretically, and then by considering this practical values, you have to substitute in this table practically, and you have to match up whether these two are proper equal or not, or some errors you are getting. So that you have to verify that. So that is nothing but a tabulation for what? KCL. Next we go to tabulation for what? KVL, tabulation column for KVL. So serial number 5 readings are there, 5 readings you have to note it down. So 2 RPS means E1 and E2, that is the input voltage. So you can give like this voltage 3, 2, 5, 4, 7, 6, 10, 8, 15, 10, and it will measure the drops V1 and V2 across the resistances. And also I told you theoretically first you have to measure this value, and then you have to practically adjust this to practically make note down the values here, and you have to verify this, right? So this is what you can have. And in calculation part, you require these two equations: I1 is equal to I2 plus I3, E1 minus E2 is equal to V1 plus V2. So for calculation it is required to evaluate the values practically. So first you have to calculate theoretically. So all the values should be calculated theoretically, and after calculating that, put in the tabular column. Then conduct the experiment, and then you can measure the values of things practically, and after that you can verify with theoretical and practical values. And after that you can write some Viva questions in that, and for that you can write up the answers for Viva questions, right? And conduction part will be available in our next video for this experiment, so you can go through that conduction part. So this is theoretical part of the experiment. Conduction part is in the next video, right?